We're called the Downton Daddies. We're a time traveling rap group.
Okay.
So we're all like rich money bag people from the Victorian era that found their way in a time machine, and then we like go around in time and like we're doing different shows like to do rap.
Welcome back to another episode of Medium Podcast. It's your host, Melissa Nami.
And it's me, Connor.
And for today's guest, we have comedian and improv actor, all-around funny guy, Cory Coogan.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Cory, how are you?
I am terrific. We finally got this to happen. I know it took months of planning, but we made it.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming out here. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for giving me time.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. This is going to be fun. I'm super interested in getting to know more behind the scenes of Cory Coogan.
Get in line.
Oh. You got a line.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, let's make sure he signs something before he leaves.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
We met doing stand-up.
Yep.
Out in Marietta, Solaris open mics.
Yeah.
And I always really liked your sense of humor. I think you have a very fun, like silly, whimsical way of presenting dark material. Mm-hmm. And it really resonates with me because I kind of try to do the same thing.
Yeah.
As far as make things that aren't really funny, palatable and funny.
Yeah.
And I've always really appreciated that about you. But I'm very curious because you gave me a Christmas card this year.
Okay. Yeah.
And it led me to a wonderful music video with you and your family. Mm-hmm. And it was rad. And I'm like, damn, this guy's just all around creative.
Yeah.
So I really want to get to know the creative behind Cory Coogan.
Sure. Yeah. So do you want me to talk about my Christmas card? Or?
No, do you want to talk about the Christmas card?
I mean, I'm kind of curious at this point.
I thought it was pretty cringy, but I could talk about it.
No, it wasn't cringy at all. I thought me and Chantel both were like, oh my God, we wish we were white.
Oh, yeah. I dubbed the honorary white. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. My ancestors are turning her in their graves.
Yeah, we, so my dad usually has an idea every year about like, oh yeah, like I want to do this for the Christmas card and stuff like that. And then we'll kind of just be like, okay, Dad, yeah, sure. So this year he wanted to do a Beatles album cover and that was the picture. And then,
we'll put it up here.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. Come see my family. Christmas album. And then we had the photo and we were like, okay. And then I think my sister was like, we can't just give him just a photo. Like there has to be something else to it.
Yeah.
And so, my dad really liked that Beatles song. And so we like all as a family, like covered the song. And then my sister actually was the one that filmed and edited everything. So I didn't have any part in it except singing that like one part.
Your whole family can sing very well.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that like a thing you guys do when you're just hanging out? You just sing songs?
I mean, my dad, yeah. So my dad and my little sister really like to sing. My dad was like a choir boy, so he was like always into music. And then my older sister was in choir in college. Mm-hmm. I never got that like musical training. I remember I tried learning guitar like in middle school just to like impress chicks.
Damn.
Never happened.
You was singing Dashboard Confessional. Wait, what was popular when you were? Because I think you're younger than me.
I think I'm the same age, if not 2 years younger.
Are you?
I'm 95.
I'm 30. Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, you're born in 95.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were telling me you were 95 years old.
I'm 95.
I'm like, wait, this is a good joke.
I remember when cheeseburgers were 8 cents.
Okay, then yeah, we are only. So yeah, you were singing Dashboard Confessional to the ladies.
Love that song.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Emo acoustic music.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I only played the classics, Wonderwall and
some Oasis. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they were all musical, and then I kind of just was on the train, and that was pretty much it. But they always sing. I'm like I'll sing in the shower maybe, but yeah.
But I mean, you guys all did really sound good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will let them know.
Does your family come watch you do stand up?
No. I remember my sister did. I finally got her to go to the Comedy Store show.
Oh, cool.
The first one. Yeah. She had a blast. And so I was like, see, I'm actually funny. Like, tell your friends. My dad I think he knows that I do comedy. I kept it kind of a secret for a while.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because it's like, they knew I was funny, but they were like gonna be like, oh, this guy really is trying to make a living off of this.
Yeah.
And so I was just kind of avoiding that. And then I remember I told him when I first did stand up, like in front of my sister, because she was the reason why I did my first open mic, and then he watched it back, and then I just remember he the look of disappointment was all over his face, and I was like, okay, this is not working out.
Don't want to invite him anymore.
Yeah. But then every time I do shows, I'm always out the door, and he's like, where are you going? And I'm like, oh, I'm doing a comedy show. Or I'll be like, I'm doing the comedy store and stuff. And then he'll be like, that's great, have fun. It's never like, I want to go. And I'm like, it's fine. He's an Irish dad, so
I get it.
He watches from a distance.
Yeah, I get it. Same with Arab parents, where very stoic, very arm's length. They're happy for me, but they don't want to be happy around me. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So you said your sister had you do your first open mic. Can you tell me about that experience?
Yes, I can. So this was a long time ago. I think 2022, maybe.
I want you to tell me it like you're singing American Pie. A long time ago,
my sister had a mic.
Just kidding.
I went up and did stand up, and that was the last of my nights. So it was, she started a band with my cousin.
Cool.
And they're great. You could look them up, Coogan Music with a K, so Kugan.
Coogan Music.
They're on Spotify. And so they have a band together, and my cousin was living in LA at the time. And so they did this kind of open mic, but it was also a talent show type of thing. And so they did that, and I remember I got there, and then there was these two people that opened the show. Awful, worst comedy that you can think of. Just missed the punchline. It was just and people in the audience were it was dead silent, and I was like, ugh. And I remember driving up. I was at the time watching Seinfeld, a lot of Seinfeld, and then I was remember I drove up and I was like, what if they asked for comics? Would I do it? And then I laughed it off, and I was like, oh my god, would I do it? And then I get there. They bomb, and then they're like, hey, we're looking for acts, if anybody in the crowd has a talent that they want to do it. And so I remember I turned to my cousin, and I was like, how much money would you give me if I did stand-up right now? And he was like, I don't have anything, but please do it.
Yeah.
And so...
you were looking for a dare?
Yeah.
I was looking for a reason.
Yeah.
And... so I talked to the lady, and I'm like, hey, can I still sign up for this thing? And she was like, yeah. And I was like she asked, what do you do? And I said, I can do comedy, and then, but I was like, I don't know if I'm good enough,
Yeah.
And then she said, did you not see the other people? You'll do fine, and then I was like, okay. And so I randomly pulled up stuff that I had written in college. And
so you had some material.
I had some, but I never tested it, so I didn't know. So I did it, and I remember I got 3 people to do the laugh, and I'm like, I got it. And ever since then, it was I was like, hey, I can do this. I've had bombs, but ever since that moment, I was like, maybe I can do this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where was that at? In what city?
This was LA, downtown. Yeah, I was at some random coffee shop.
Was it was there an audience, or was it a lot of performers in the crowd?
It was a mix.
Yeah, cool.
I think it was a few musicians, and then a lot of people that were friends of them that were just watching to support their friend.
That's cool. And then from there, what was the trajectory of your comedy experience like?
Oof.
How old were you when you did your first open mic?
Well, this was 2 years ago.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, right. From March. So, but I had experience doing improv in college, and I loved it. And then I remember my friends who I met through improv. I was in an improv team at a theater in LA. And I met this guy, and he did stand up, and I just remember talk to him being I will never be able to do that. You are so brave, And then I was really getting into improv. I was taking classes at UCB, and then the pandemic stopped everything, and so I just stopped doing comedy altogether. So ever since that moment when I was at the open mic, and doing stand up, I was like, hey, I really miss performing. I really miss doing comedy.
Yeah.
And so from then on, it was just like, where can I go? How can I do it? And things like that. And I think that answers your question. Or
Yeah. And here you are 2 years later. You're
here
still
I am
doing
2 years
comedy.
later. I'm doing comedy.
You're performing.
I'm performing, and I'm back into improv as well. And I'm doing both stand up and improv. It's really been fun.
You were in an improv group when you were in college?
Yeah, so I took a class. I didn't know what improv, like, I watched Who's Line and stuff like that.
That's my main reference.
Yeah.
When I think improv acting, I think, whose line is it anyway?
That's what everybody thinks. You're
And
not alone.
I remember being so fond of it. You know what I mean?
It's so fun.
And
yeah.
just to talk about it for a second, when we were in high school, there was a like an improv battle group in high school,
Okay.
and I
Comedy
wish
sports.
I wanted to do it so bad, but my mom wouldn't let me. She was like, "Oh, you're in tennis, you're in clubs, you got to focus on studying. You don't like acting, And I was like, I guess like you're right, I don't like acting, but I wanted to try to be funny.
I feel like you would be really good at it.
We went to, our buddy was in it, and we went to every single performance.
Yeah.
And I would love to try it. Like, I'm not gonna fib. I would love to try it.
I'd be happy to. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll come take a class because you're also a improv teacher. That's cool. Oh, that was good.
Thanks.
Do it again.
I did. I think you would be great at improv. I don't know. I had the same thing in high school. We had an improv team.
Mm-hmm. Were you in it in high school?
No, but I wanted to be in it so bad.
Okay.
I couldn't do it because it would have been social suicide. Like, I knew that if I did
Really?
it, I would have gotten made fun of, you know what I mean?
Oh.
And I tried to get my friends because I knew they were all really funny and
Yeah.
like they would do improv, and we could take it over because
We can make it cool.
yeah, because it was like high school like drama kids, so
Yeah.
it's like all furries and like weird people, you know.
Yeah.
And so we were like,
Thespians.
exactly.
I hate that they sound like lesbians.
Yeah, they're taking our glory, you know.
Our glory.
Yeah, us lesbians. I just remember I couldn't do it, and then I'm sorry to derail. I just want to talk
No,
about this.
tangents are fun.
It was a really funny thing. Probably like one of my favorite stage experiences was it was this like high school drama team. They didn't really know like what they were doing with improv and stuff like that. And I remember they asked like a bunch of high school students that could not give two shits like what they were saying. And they were like, okay, guys, for this next scene, we need something that we don't have here on stage. And then one of the guys in the front row was like, talent. And then that like all the teachers got up and like grabbed him and took him out. Everybody was laughing.
They rushed him
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so funny.
for being funnier than the guys on stage.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
But that one liner, what a good one. So you got into it for realsies in college.
Well, yeah. So I took a class. I didn't know.
No one knows who the fuck I am here anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I was building my name in college.
Ooh.
And I remember, I was in the theater program. I took an improv class, and like I remember it was like an improv and sketch writing, and I absolutely loved it. Like I was writing maybe like 2 or 3 sketches like every week. And then doing improv, really liked it. And then I remember my professor like sat me down and he was like, you should be doing this. Like this, you're really funny. And I was like, thank you.
And he's taught handfuls of people.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean? Like for someone to point that out for you, it's significant.
Yeah.
Because he sees a lot of people come and go.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
True. I didn't think about it that way.
I think that's cool.
Thank you. And, but yeah, it was like the first time where I ever was like, hey, this is something that I like, and someone that I admire is telling me to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do it. And then, so that's what inspired me to go up to LA, and I found like this random theater on Burbank Boulevard, that I took classes for, and then they had like a monthly team. And so I was doing like shows with them, and then I left.
Can you explain what a improv show is like for us? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
do you want to play like a game or something? I can teach you improv.
I'm down to play a game. You want to play a game?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, cool.
Great. So I'll start off with like what the show looks like, and then we'll play like an improv game.
Okay.
You guys have to pay me to teach you that.
Okay. All right. This episode is officially going on our Patreon. You can find us on Medium Podcast /Patreon/upyourtushies.com.
Yeah. Promo code Cory promo code what?
Promo code all around funny guy.
Yeah, so like an improv show is basically just like you go, and it's so fun because like in comedy shows, like the problem is that like you want to laugh, but that's all like the noise you can kind of make unless you're being an asshole and like, you know, heckling or something like that. Yeah. Whereas like improv, like we want you guys to talk. Like we'll be like, can I get a suggestion for blank? You know what I mean? And it's like really the show 100% depends on the people versus like with stand up, it's like 100% on the comics.
Yeah.
And so like if
you tear down that wall between the audience and the performer.
And if we don't get good suggestions, then it's just going to be a shitty show. So like you got to have like funny people in the audience, but also like funny people on stage as well. And it's a really cool like harmony of like talent and then also just like luck.
Yeah.
So it's like you'll be sitting there and they'll be playing random games and they'll be like, in order to start the scene, I need what's something that you'd find in your house, and then they would say a blender, and you're like, okay, great. And then you either start a scene or like we have like a joke game that I really like where it's like you say like sex with me is like blank, and then you do like a punchline. So like so that's a really fun one. But I guess like a game, like a warm-up thing that's very simple is like 5 things. Do you guys know this game?
No.
Okay, so it's like it's you name 5 things. Like I'll just say name 5 things that a cop would find in your car that would be like suspicious, and then you just rapid fire 5 things as fast as you can.
Is that the question?
Yep.
5 expired insurance card.
1.
No registration.
2.
Wait, he doesn't find that. Right? Okay, so yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. No registration. Piece of glass on the floor.
3.
Broken lock.
4.
And a pair of bolt cutters.
These are 5 things. Yay! Yeah. And then you would ask either me or Connor just 5 things that we have to name.
5 things you like to find at a restaurant.
A cheap menu. 1. A hot waitress. Safe, clean kitchen conditions, a nice manager, and no children in the restaurant.
I noticed you mentioned nothing about the food. You're really an environment guy.
He's looking for the atmosphere.
Can you tell I eat at low quality restaurants?
All right, now you ask Connor.
Yeah, Connor. 5 things that you like to wear that nobody knows about.
5 things I like to wear. Cat ears.
1.
Fun socks.
2. It could be real or fake. It doesn't have to.
Fun underwear. I wear like different like designs on my underwear.
We know that. We've seen it.
Yeah. Things I like to wear. Ponytail. I like to wear my hair in a ponytail.
4.
And one more thing. Something I like to wear. Turtlenecks.
5. Those are 5 things.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know they could be false.
Oh yeah. I mean, you just you make them up.
None of mine were false.
Yeah. None of my
do like wearing
restaurant things
cat
were.
ears.
Yeah.
That's a fun game. So this is one, like, let's say you were meeting up with your group. You guys would do 5 things, and
It's
then
just like a warm up. Yeah, like get your brain going, and then that way when you're on stage, you're not like.
5 things you hate about women.
Okay, their attitude.
Oh, he's answering.
They think they have rights. Need I go on?
The last one was points 3, 4, and 5. Need I go on? Women's suffrage, more I wish they were suffering. What the heck? So you guys play 5 things and then you start getting into it?
And there's like a bunch of different warm-ups. Like there's another game that we could play if we have time.
Do it. We have time.
Okay.
What are we doing?
It's a rhyming game. So you have to like kind of be on beat. I don't know if we have. Do we have like are we able to play something?
I can play something possible, yeah.
What, you want like a metronome or something?
Either like a metronome or like maybe like a beat.
Ooh, are you trying to rap for us right now?
It's not rapping.
Because he's also an improv rapper.
Improv rap. The whitest kid you know. Yo. I'm here and I'm ready to rap, even though I know I sound like crap. Yo, I'm rapping real tight. Wait, do it again. One more time. Yeah. Yo, I'm rapping real tight. Yeah, even though women don't have rights.
We're nothing but bitches.
Yeah. Shout out to my lesbians. Yeah.
That was funny.
Okay, so there's a game called Beastie Rap, which is like the Beastie Boys type of thing, and we like go around the circle. It'll be kind of hard to play with 3 people, but we can try it. Where it's like we get like a word or like a name. So let's say it was like Dan was the name. So the first person would say, "I met this guy. His name was Dan," and then we would all like go boom chick, boom boom chick, and then the next person would go like have to rhyme with Dan. So
Boom,
everybody
chick, boom,
has to
boom,
rime
chick,
with Dan
like that?
until nobody. Yeah.
Okay.
So like I met this guy. His name was Dan. He was a guy. Yeah, he was the man. And then he knew what to do. He had a plan, and then like.
He liked to fuck around. He liked to eat some crayons.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. We don't have to do it on beat. Like we can just randomly spew out rhymes.
I'm down.
Okay. So
Connor, can you do it without being gay? You said that every time you try to rap.
wait, I want to hear about this.
I asked him if he could do improv, like singing. He's like, I could do it, but every time I do it, I just turn gay.
my raps turn into like rapping about balls and shit.
Oh yeah.
We can mess around with it. You could bring in the balls.
I'll try and bring in balls to the situation.
So you keep going until you run out of rhymes.
You would like go until somebody's like. Usually you try to go all the way around the circle. If you can't, somebody messes up, then you just move on to another name. Yeah.
All right. You start it. Well,
Are we still doing Dan, or are we moving?
We don't
on?
have to do Dan.
Well, Connor never gave a Dan.
Okay.
I never gave a Dan.
And anything that rhymes with Ann.
I mess with Dan's balls all that I can.
I wasn't gay. What are you talking about?
I think you did that one on purpose.
100%.
Yeah.
That was funny. We don't have to do Dan. We could do another one.
Okay. 1 syllable name. Let's try a 1 syllable name.
Brent.
Okay.
No, that's gonna be hard.
1 syllable name that you can rhyme with easily.
I don't know that.
I already had one for Brent.
What was it? Spent?
When Brent's around, I always pitch a tent.
God, he's seriously gay.
Yeah.
You pick the name, Cory. This is you're better at this. You've done this, and it always has to be a name.
It doesn't have to be. We could do a 1 syllable word. That's
Okay.
easier.
Ball.
That's too easy for Connor.
Well, no, now I can't use balls.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Ball. Everybody, we'll go around a circle. Okay. I'll go, and then we'll kind of go around.
Okay.
So you'll be next, and then.
Okay.
Okay. So the word is ball. For a good time, a gay guy, I'll give a call.
Wait for a good guy. I will do my best. I'll try not to fall.
Yeah.
In love.
Yeah. We got to add that ad lib.
If you need a friend, you better call Saul.
Let's go shopping. Let's go to the mall.
I hope I don't shop too much. I gotta crawl.
Yeah.
Fuck, you got me. I have no idea.
Yeah, you just keep going until
I
that
got
happens.
so many bags. I think I got a sprawl.
I'm terrible on the spot. That's not where I'm good at comedy. is on the
Okay.
spot.
Yeah. This is what improv's for. You got to work
it's
on that.
Working on the muscle.
Yeah.
It's what it is, dude. Which is like a crazy thing. You don't really think about it like that. Like, even conversing, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you think about like 2020, like getting back into talking to people and being conversational, that was exhausting.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't use it, you really do just lose it.
Yeah.
I feel like I could do something better than ball, but I'm not good at thinking of 1 syllable words. You see, I'm too complex.
Yeah.
I think.
Listen,
I think 2 syllables or more.
I don't want to get in a fight. I don't want to get in a brawl.
We're going with brawl. Crawl. We're keeping it. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wait. You want to do a different word now?
I want to do a different word. Yeah.
Well, then you choose it. 2 syllables, you're saying? Because that's advanced.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So 1 syllable word.
1 syllable word. Something like very simple that you think, like, I would say, like,
All right. I got one.
okay, go.
Is it going to go me, you, then Connor?
Sure.
Okay. Or me, Connor, you.
Me, you, and then Connor, because
Okay.
that gives you some time to think.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm walking in the dark. I'm looking for a light.
Boom. Yeah, I need a light that is so bright.
Yeah, I'm around here and I'm looking real bright.
Boom, chick, boom, 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 chick.
I'm trying not to cry because I'm too. Fuck. This is hard.
Yeah.
I also think I'm picking stupid
Yeah.
words because Dan was fun.
Yeah.
We need practice, Melissa.
I know.
Well,
I know.
I think I know what you're going for. Try one
What?
more time. Are you gonna get scared?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna get scared. Gonna give me a fright.
That's what I was trying to go for.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, fright.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's fine.
Oh, you picked up what I was putting down.
Yeah.
How long does it take to usually warm up for a improv session?
Maybe like 7 minutes. Like
Really?
5 to 7. Yeah, because the problem is that you don't have time. Like we usually meet there like 30 minutes to like go over the games, and then like the last like 2 or 3 minutes, you're like, okay, we gotta warm up, do some game.
Yeah.
And we're like playing, that like beastie rap, and everybody's like, fright.
What words are usually used in beastie rap?
We start with names because it's easier to like start with that, and then we can do words. So like
Okay.
we get a lot of like, so for example, if we're in the audience or we're doing a show, we'll be like, what's your name? Does anybody have a one syllable name? And if no one raises their hand, does anybody have any friends that have one syllable names? You know what I mean? And then they'll be like, oh, Sam, and then you'll go from Sam, and we go on and so forth.
Damn, one syllable names are hard to think of because they all feel like nicknames.
I mean, there's a lot of them, like Dave.
Oh, Dave is another one.
Yeah,
They're all
he
white
had a
names.
beard. Yeah, I had to shave. Sam. I think we get a lot of like. There's a girl name that I feel like we get all the time, and I forget. But yeah.
I can't think of any one syllable female names.
Well, you could be Mel.
That's a boy name.
Yeah. Welcome to Mel's.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What made you decide, like, I know you said you were into it when you were in high school. You didn't want to commit social suicide.
Yeah.
You got to college. You're all, screw my reputation. I'm going to let people find out who I really am. Right? And then you finished between when you were doing your, when you did your first open mic 2 years ago.
Yeah.
To now, where are you still continuously doing improv?
No.
Okay.
I started doing improv again. When did I start doing improv again? It was like last year, in the fall. I remember like I took a class in New York because I was visiting my family, and like loved it. It was a musical improv class.
That's cool.
And then I was like, oh my God, like I want to do this like almost the rest of my life. Like I can see myself doing this.
Yeah.
And then when I came back, I just like quickly Googled like improv, and there was like nothing around me, of course, but there's like plenty in San Diego. And I'm like, okay. And then I found this theater, shout out to Mockingbird Theater.
Noise.
Ever since then, it was like I got the bug, and like there was really talented people there. I remember I was like thinking like, oh, it's just gonna be like San Diego. Like
Yeah.
there's probably no, I'm used to New York, you know what I mean, or LA, and I just remember like thinking like, oh, these guys are gonna be schmucks, and then I got in there and they were like really talented. Like I remember I was like laughing my ass off, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta be a part of this. Yeah. And then just
You got the bug again.
I got the bug. I auditioned, got in, and then the rest is history.
What's an audition like for that?
It's so nerve-wracking.
Really?
Yeah, it's like basically they'll put you up on like an empty stage, so there's nobody there, and it's just like 5 people like who are just with clipboards like watching you. And like you'll try to be funny, but since there's nobody in the audience, like you don't get laughter, and you're like, fuck, like that wasn't funny.
There's none of that reinforcement to know that you're like, oh, I'm getting it right.
And I remember the first time I auditioned, like I just felt like I was like, what the hell am I doing? And then recently I had to audition again because I want to be on a different show, which you definitely need to be on, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I wanted to be on this different show, so they made me audition, and like this time, like I definitely was more like, hey, I can make these people laugh. Like I heard like the talent people in the back like laughing, and I'm I got this. But so we do a show down in San Diego for like it's called Stand Up versus Improv. You ever heard of this? Okay, so it's like you get stand up comics, and then they'll do a set, and then based on their set, the improvisers will come up on stage and like do scenes from. And it's like, it's so funny because like...
Do you guys get props and stuff like that?
We don't get props. I mean, you use like object work. So if I have an umbrella,
Got it.
But, excuse me. But I just remember, like I did it. That was one of my first shows that I like performed at, and like they got to know how funny I was.
Did you do the improv part of it, or did you do
I
the
did the
stand-up?
stand-up.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. That's how they knew me. And they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
like, "Oh, it's the stand-up guy," you know.
Yeah.
And I remember like the set I did like crushed. Like it was so funny. And then what they have a really good ability to do is like take your set and make it even funnier, because
Yeah.
they're like expanding ideas or something like that. So it's really good from like a stand-up perspective, because then it's like you're expanding your set in a way that you never even thought, because
Yeah.
these improvisers are thinking of a different way.
You can even start bringing in more like physical things to your, you know what I mean, as far
Right.
as stage presence and
Yeah.
stuff like that goes. Like, oh, I never thought about doing that hand motion when I say that, or something like that.
Yeah. Or like, like for example, I think one of your jokes that I think would do well is either the dog butt plug thing or the Trail of Tears one. And I think like them taking that, they can take that and like turn it into a scene or something, is like could add a different, like maybe one line or something
Yeah.
at the end of a joke.
That sounds
cool.
like a fun show.
Yeah, it's so fun.
And it sounds like it's complimentary more than it is competitive.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
because when you hear verses, you think which one's winning, but it almost sounds like it's like stand up with improv.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How often do you guys do that show?
Every Saturday night.
Really? Chantal and I have been wanting to come out to San Diego to come see you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like I almost have to fight you because Chantal likes you a little too much.
What can I say?
He's all, look at me. Look at me.
Yeah, maybe after this episode though, when she hears my graphics, she probably
No, that's not true. I actually looked up one syllable names.
Oh,
and
great.
Female ones. So there's like Claire, Anne, Jane, Kate.
Jane, I think, was the one I was.
Jane?
Yeah.
All right, start the rap with Jane. We're going back to this. I want to do one.
Oh, shit.
I want one round to just be not. It doesn't have to be funny.
Okay.
It just needs to be solid.
Okay. Do you want me to start?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay.
I feel like
unless
you're
you
the
guys
best to
have
start.
words, I don't want to take your words.
No, go
You're
for
the
it.
best at forming the snowball so far.
Okay.
We'll see if we can let it grow.
So do I start with? Do you want me to say the name, or do you want me to say a rhyme?
Whatever you want. Jane.
Okay. So I'll say the name. How about we'll start with you? You'll just say the name, and then we'll go back to you, and then you can rhyme it.
All right.
That gives you more time.
I just say the name.
So I met
right,
this
start with
girl.
some-
Her name was
Okay.
Jane, and then we go boom chicka boom
right.
boom chick.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yep.
I met this girl. Her name was Jane.
Boom, chicka, boom, boom, chick. Yeah, she was annoying. She was a pain. Boom, chicka, boom, boom, chick.
I hung around her. She drove me insane.
Boom, chicka, boom, boom, chick.
She got in my car and she gave me brain.
Boom, chicka, boom, boom, chick. Yeah, I play with her heart. Yeah, it is a game. Boom, chicka, boom, boom, chick.
I picked that bitch up like I was a crane.
Boom, chicka, boom, boom, chick.
I threw her around and then I came.
Boom, chicka, boom, boom, chick. Broke her back. Yeah, my name is Bane. Boom, chicka, boom, boom, chick.
Both of you guys act like you get laid.
Boom, chicka, boom, boom, chick. Clip that.
Boom, chick, boom, boom, chick. I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Thank you. I really just wanted that.
Yeah.
One solid
And
little round.
that's really fun to like, even if like you're just, circle or something. You guys
Yeah,
want
just
to
hanging
randomly,
out.
Yeah.
Man, we hung out the other day, like as friends and stuff. We played Family
I
Feud.
wasn't invited.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
We played Family Feud, and that was really fun. And
Oh, cool.
we improvised as who was gonna be. Oh my God, why am I blanking on his fucking name?
Steve Harvey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I was gonna say Stan.
Yeah.
But that's one of the one
Stan
syllable
Harvey.
names right here. Yeah.
Steve's older brother.
Steve's older brother. No. So you said you recently. Okay, so audition. What do? They tell you you're hired. You're on.
You're hired.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like
'Cause I'm guessing if you're not getting any feedback, like, are they laughing when you're doing funny things, or are they just straight faced?
usually they're straight faced. Like they for some reason want to be as serious as possible. Because this year I'm also directing one of the shows, or assistant directing. So I got to be at auditions like on the clipboard side. And I remember like looking around, like smiling, like, yeah, this is really fun.
Yeah.
And everybody else was like, you gotta
No
be serious.
feedback.
Yeah. And I'm like, guys, let's not scare these people. Like,
Yeah.
they're already sweating it up.
They don't want to give any positive reinforcement.
Right. And so after you do auditions, then you get a call back, and then if they like you enough, they'll bring you back to be on the team. And so there's like 2 rounds. That's pretty much it.
And then, so you said when you audition for a different show, is it a different audition? Is it like different sets of skills
the same
and stuff
one.
like that?
They're just looking for those skills. So
okay.
everybody's in the same audition, but like if, like for example, I was auditioning for stand-up versus improv.
Okay.
So they're looking for my ability to like initiate funny scenes or like to think long-term. Where could the joke go? But if I was doing, auditioning for a short form show, they're just like, am I silly characters?
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean?
This actually seems pretty intensive.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, back to like my only experience with improv is whose line is it anyway? And then the high school thing that we would watch, the comedy sports, they literally just basically copied the same format. You know what I mean? But instead of a group of dudes doing it together, it was 2 teams duking it out.
Yeah.
And that was always really fun. It was always silly when they'd say dirty jokes. Remember, Connor? They'd put the bag over their
being
head.
brown bagged.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like you'd be punished for?
Yeah. If you say like a dirty joke or something, because it's for high school kids for the most part. I think
Nice.
they did the same thing in college too. I think they still did brown bags in college.
They did.
But yeah.
Did you have to perform the rest of the night with a brown bag over
I think
your
it's
head?
like the next round or something.
Yeah,
like
like you got put in like the penalty box almost.
Gotcha.
But to embarrass you, they put. Okay, so is there hacky jokes in improv? Like the same way there are hacky jokes in stand up?
I mean, there's a way to do it. Like, for example, I think like the hacky way is to just do like anti-improv. Like you're just kind of looking for a quick laugh. So like the staple statement that we say with improv is like yes and, you're yes-anding everything. But like an annoying improviser or like to get like a quick laugh, like we'll be doing a scene, you and I, and I'm like, oh, it's so nice that, to take me out on this first date at a coffee shop or something.
Yeah.
And then you would be like, we're not at a coffee shop, Grandma, you haven't taken your pills, and then everyone's
cut
like,
scene.
yeah. And it's like, well, you can't even cut it there because the audience is like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And then you might get like a quick laugh from your friends in the audience, but then the scene's completely destroyed because so it's like people think that like, oh, I could go for this really funny thing and they're going to laugh at me making fun of this person, and those are like the worst people to do improv with.
Yeah, because the whole point is to help one another shine.
Yeah. So like what I really like about improv is like the difference between improv and stand up is like stand up is very like self-centered, like you're trying to be the funniest person in the room,
Yes.
But what's usually funny is like for example, you and I, like I think we do a lot of good jokes because we're down to earth people and like we want to uplift each other, like we're trying to make the community fun and
it's not
interesting.
so ego driven.
Yeah, but like you'll notice that I'm not gonna lie, stand up and the whole comedy scene has a bunch of like assholes in there. And so what's funny is like improv is like the exact opposite. Like your main purpose to do improv well is to make your scene partner look good.
Yeah.
So if we're at a coffee shop like and you initiate that, then I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, and like this new coffee is just like I can't wait to drink it. Because
I like that you made yourself the girl. You're like, I can't wait to drink it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you like this coffee shop I brought you to, bro?
Yeah. Can't believe you took me to Mel's coffee shop.
Damn it, that name. I hate Mel. I hate that
Circle
nickname.
back. Yeah.
I always think about like The Office. Have you seen?
I haven't seen the show.
But you know what scene I'm
everybody
talking about.
talks about it every time. I'm like, oh yeah, I do improv, and then they're like, The Office, right? The finger gun.
Yeah, the whole thing is he's basically doing like what you're saying, like anti-improv,
Yeah.
and something's happening, and he's like,
Yeah.
I got like, wow, the other person, and it's always silly because the people who are being the improv actors, they
Yeah, they have to go along with
hands
it.
up, like,
yeah.
and they don't break,
Yeah.
it's always funny. But I get what you mean as far as like, where do you go from there?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I always giggle to bring it to stand up when people have like a joke that's just a premise and a punch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you punch too quick. Where's the rest of it? Keep us on this roller coaster for a second, because there's something.
Yeah.
But then that's also comfort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people get a laugh and they're like, okay, that's it. I'm done. My work here's done.
Or they'll think of like, you know, I can only say one kind of thing and then I have to move on to the next.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that will like do like quick punchlines and then it's just like their whole set's like 15 different jokes, which is great. It's a different type of comedy, but I always am like, okay, if you can formulate one punchline, like, come on, think of like what's another way of thinking of it, you know?
When you started doing it, like, not, I guess, like, you said you were on a radio show in college.
Yeah.
Were you doing that simultaneously with improv?
So it's funny that I guess this is also improv. I had an idea, so I volunteered a lot at like my college.
Which college did you go to?
California State University of Long Beach.
Nice.
Go Beach.
Go Beach.
But I remember we had like a radio station. It was called 22 West, and I really was trying to get involved in it. And they had a thing where it's like, if you get in, like volunteer enough hours, like you can get your own slot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sure. And so I did it. And then I had an idea for a show that I pitched and it got greenlit. And I'm like, great, let's do it. And it was basically like an idea where everybody comes together and like we talk about like, it was called Isn't That Interesting? And everybody comes with like 5 fun facts. And then we're all sharing the fun facts, and whoever like has the most interesting fun fact is like the winner, and then they get to pick the theme for the next show. But throughout it, it's like we're talking about the different facts, or like if I remember one episode we did, it was like medieval themed because it was the season finale of Game of Thrones.
Nice.
And we talked about like the different like random things that happened in the medieval times, and one of the facts was that like pigs at the time like were able to get tried. Like you could take them to court and they would have to stand in front of a jury and like the whole thing. And so
It's like kind of cute.
I literally, all I imagined was like a little piggy in a tuxedo, you know, and then like, do you solemnly swear? They're just, their little hoof, their hoof comes up like.
Yeah, you're guilty of being delicious. Yeah. But so at any time I wanted to, it didn't get that far, but eventually I wanted to have like a button in the middle, and like if someone said something funny or we're you know ranting or like, you know shooting the shit, and we're like, oh, this is funny, then we would press it and we would do a scene based off of what we were talking about. So like let's now we go to the court with the pig and the you know, and then it's like I would pretend to be the lawyer, and you know, and we would have the whole thing. And it was
like that.
Yeah, it was a really fun idea. We had like 2 or 3 episodes, and then I graduated. So it's like, okay,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
In the little scene, I'm imagining the judge calls, because I'm the pig. I already right.
Okay, you
the
called it.
Judge calls me a swine, right? Talking
and I'll
down
say,
to me.
objection! You can't call him that. That's that's his people's words. You can't.
Objection, Your Honor. And so you only had have you ever considered wanting to do your own like podcast?
Yeah, I would love to.
Because it seems like it's similar to a radio show to a degree. Yeah. Especially the one that you kind of constructed.
Yeah. I've always liked the idea of doing a podcast. I just never had the time or the friends to do it, you know, because I would want it to be where it's like what you guys do, like every episode's like a different, you know, feel. Yeah. So I'd want to kind of do that. And I had like different ideas here and there, but it was always just like a hassle of like, okay, how do I get people to come over, and like what equipment am I using, and blah, blah, blah.
It's a big commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something I'm realizing now, 20 whatever episodes in.
Yeah. What number am I? What can I brag about?
23.
23. Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whoa.
Yeah, right? Isn't that
I don't know about me. I'm feeling 23.
Everything will be all right. You just gotta listen to me.
Hell yeah, go Swiftie Nation.
Dude, I love my whole 20s. That song was my song. Well,
Are you guys really Swifties?
No, but I just that song 22 came out when I turned 20. Ooh. So I sang it. I'm feeling 20. Ooh, right? Ooh.
Nice. What a way to finagle the system.
Ooh. Yeah. Are you not a Swiftie? Do you dislike Taylor Swift?
Let's let's hear your take. Are you a Swiftie?
Oh, I don't mind her at all.
Oh, okay.
I think she's awesome.
I don't really like go out of my way to listen to her music, but I don't mind her.
If he had a little, I mean, think of your little sisters or like a little cousin or something. You know what I mean? Like that's who I appreciate her for. You know, like my nieces listen to her and stuff like that. She makes good, clean music. It's not like about partying or doing crazy stuff. And I like that there's an artist that still kind of is wholesome like that for the youth.
Yeah.
And she's an athlete.
I guess is she really?
I say so.
I thought she was a dating one.
Yeah, but she might be a better athlete than him. Fight me about it.
In terms of her dancing for hours straight.
Oh my God! Have you seen her dancing though?
I don't care. She has a 40. I think it's like a 43.
Include a clip of that music video.
She's like,
yeah, she's doing that thing, the weird twerking.
She has like a 40-something song set list for her Eras tour, and if you know, let's say she did 2 minutes of every song.
Yeah.
That's still an almost 2 hours of her just performing. Over 2 hours of her performing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's athleticism.
I'd say it's athleticism, but I wouldn't say she's a better athlete than. Yeah.
Compared to the guy that, what did we looked it up one time, the football moves for like 11 minutes in a 3-hour game.
Yeah, but the practice that they do in order to do that at the top level every play.
He likes the NFL.
I like sports.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like sports?
Cheerleading is not a sport. That's
Well, I think cheerleading is a sport also. I think
okay.
everything's a sport. Well, I mean, as long as you can be really good at it, you can make it a sport, and it's competitive.
We had a big. I'm having a flashback.
No.
No, that's something. We had a big argument once, before we were 20, I think, about esports.
I think it was after high school because I was
after high school.
Yeah, I wasn't really into that kind of thing in high school.
It's all a blur now. I'm old.
Yeah,
but I remember being so anti esports being considered a sport.
Okay.
I really hated that. I'm like, what, these guys are just sitting in their chairs playing games? And like, I understand hand-eye coordination and reaction time and all of these things that kind of go into video games, but I was very against that.
It sounds like you changed your mind.
Yeah, I never understood why. It's like, why is it hurting you so bad?
It was.
Like, why does that word hurt you so bad?
It used to. Now I understand a little better. Because also these guys grind. You know, they're up. I can't stay up for 10 hours doing the same thing. You know what I mean? And that's practice.
It takes
You're
a lot of
really
practice.
like.
And it takes a lot of teamwork too if you're playing the right game.
Yeah. It's less of a grind and more just depression.
This isn't an argument. We're gonna win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna win this against me.
Connor won't let it go.
I would let it go for sure, but I'm right.
Yeah.
He's very adamant.
Yeah. Connor bought the battle pass.
But I'm
so.
also the guy that thinks chess isn't a sport, but speed chess is a sport.
I don't disagree with that.
One requires a faster reaction time, and it's under a time constraint, which again, just to give tennis its flowers, tennis is one of the only sports that doesn't have a time limit. Think about that. Longest games lasted like 9 hours.
Baseball too.
That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. I'm thinking like, because soccer. I said one of. I didn't say. Hold on. I didn't say the only. Okay. All right. Ready? We're gonna play Beastie Rap with tennis. Boom, chick, boom, boom, chick. I'm just kidding.
This girl, she is a menace.
I feel like it would stop right there, dude.
Really?
What else rhymes with tennis? Finesse.
Yeah, finesse. You can make it gay.
Lots of practice rhymes. Yeah, I want to see how I can make
this
gay.
Guy, sucked his penis.
Oh my gosh. You can make it gay. That's for you, Connor.
Thanks.
I'm gonna
for
ask
all the
you.
listeners, I'm not actually gay, by the way.
He says for all the ladies.
Neither is Melissa. This is all a show.
Oh yeah, imagine.
We're acting
I've committed 13 years of my life to a show.
Yeah. This is the biggest act of all. The big stand-up.
No. Anywho, I'm gonna ask you a crazy question.
Go for it.
Which do you like more, stand-up or improv?
I don't know. I like.
And I want you to elaborate.
Yeah. I like. Each one has its strengths and weaknesses. I would say stand-up is more interesting, like thinking wise, because like you have to like sit down and actually think of premises and like write things, you know what I mean? Like it's fun to come up with an idea and like really have it flourish, and like with that payoff that you get when you like make it work and you're like, yeah, I knew I could do it. You know what I mean? Those are really cool
when you work it out.
Yeah. The problem is that I would say it's like it is kind of more effort because, you know, with stand up you have to come prepared. You have to come with the idea of like, I know I'm like, you have to prove yourself that you're funny because you're coming up on stage for a reason. Like you can't just make it up. You know what I mean? So I would say like that's kind of like the hard part about stand up is like you purposely are there to be funny. Like whereas improv, like if you're not
the
funny,
intention and the preparation behind it.
Whereas improv, it's like they could just be like, oh, it must be really hard making that up on the spot. You know, like I'm seeing him struggle.
Yeah, but the intention is still there with improv. Like your intention is to be entertaining, and it is to be funny.
Yes, but I will say like I do like also the comfort blanket of like improv where it's like you're usually performing with other people. So like even if like for example you have a funny premise but you're not really sure like it's getting to that like aha moment, there's somebody else there that can see what you're doing and like pull from that, and like or vice versa. It's like I feel like I'm more of a like a builder, so like you could come up with a funny premise for a joke and then I'll be like, that's so funny because I think of it this way, what if it went to that, you know what I mean? Like I'm not the type of person that starts the fire, I'm the person that like lights it, you know what I mean? And so with improv, it's really cool to kind of have that like brainstorm, you know, brain link with somebody and be like, oh yeah.
It's especially cool because you're doing it like without even talking. Yeah, exactly. It's not like you're coming up with a plan when you're going to do it. It's you're vibing with one another, and it's like hopefully we catch. You know what I mean? Catch the same flow.
Catch that lightning. Yeah.
Have you ever tried doing improv with somebody you just are not? Able to connect with?
Yeah, I mean, so I've done different like improv theaters. I'm not going to sell anyone out, but there's definitely been people like who are either newer or like are just like old and are just stuck in like my way's the best way.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
the newer old improv theater.
Oh yeah,
just kidding.
Shout out to the newer old.
That was a stupid joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, stick to stand up.
He just said I'd be good at improv like 25 minutes ago or something. He's like, I take it back.
No, it's just like, you know, like it's either new people that don't know the rules or old people that just think they're so funny that like will do the thing that we were talking about of like they'll just kidnap the scene and then just make it all about them, and you're like, oh, this sucks, and you have to get through it, but then eventually like once the scene's over you can find those people that you really like.
Okay.
But a lot of the times when you're stuck with those scenes, you're usually like kind of like the peasant, or like, you know, making them look good, and they usually get a better honestly, like I usually get a better reaction because I'm like lifting them up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you're not going to get your time in the spotlight because you're going to be like the
you're coming
evil
in for
henchman.
the assist, every single time.
Yeah,
I get it. That's got to be kind of frustrating.
That's fine with me. I mean, again, it's like doing stand up for like I want everybody to worship me. You know what I mean? Like I do it because I want to make people laugh. You know what I mean? And it's just the same reason for you. You know, it's like you know, it's not really necessarily about like, oh, I want to see my name in the lights and I just want to, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I want to make people laugh. I want to entertain people. And like, I
if
think
this could be a living, then that'd be wonderful.
Great. Yeah. That would be great.
I get
Can't
it.
imagine that.
You improv rap as well. I'm going to circle it back to that. Do you need me to drop a beat for you? How does that work? What's improv rap? You're in an improv rap group too. You just saw it.
That was it.
What? Beastie rap?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, well,
you don't do a whole rap by yourself?
We do like games. So like we're called the Downton Daddies. We're a time traveling rap group.
Okay.
So we're all like rich money bag people from the Victorian era that found their way in a time machine, and then we like go around in time and like we're doing different shows like to do rap.
Okay.
It's a really fun, silly, kooky premise. But yeah, we do like short form like improv games. So like kind of like Beastie rap, I guess.
Okay.
But we would like rap where we're just like freestyling, and then there's certain games that we play where it's like there's a beginning and end. So one of like our top games. Did I send you a recording of our show?
Mm-mm.
Okay, you can look us up, Downton Daddies.
Downton Daddies.
Like Downton Abbey, but Downton Daddy.
Yeah.
And one of the games that we did that received pretty well was like it's like a movie game where we're talking about like, oh, I think in the show it was like The Incredibles was the suggestion that we got.
Okay.
And so we make up a made up deleted scene that doesn't exist. And then one person has to repeat the scene or like do the scene but in rap form. So the scene that I got was like Dash is like he can't be like a superhero anymore, like and he has to be like a social like influencer. And so Hannah Montana becomes his coach, and like that's the scene. And so like I had to step out like right when the beat started, and then I'm like rapping about like, oh, my name is Dash and I need, blah blah blah, I need some cash.
Yeah.
And that would be it. It's not like I'm like going 2 hours like freestyling on a beat, type of thing.
It's just one line.
It's like as many lines as you can. I think I usually do like 4 maybe rhymes. So what is that, like 8 lines then?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If I give you a movie scene, a deleted movie scene.
Oh my God. I can try and think of something. Yeah.
I'll think of the deleted movie scene. We're gonna go to Shrek.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
In this deleted movie scene, Shrek catches
Do
Donkey.
we have a beat? Sorry.
We can make a beat. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, we can try it. Go ahead.
Can you beatbox?
No.
Boom.
No.
Okay.
Neither can Melissa.
No, I can't.
Okay, Donkey.
Shrek catches Donkey trying to look up Fiona's skirt.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
And then Connor, what happens after that?
Fiona. What does she do? She's kind of into it.
Okay.
She blushes.
Okay.
I don't think he agrees with Fiona's decision.
Yeah. Okay. I think I got it.
Boom. Boom, boom, boom,
Yo.
boom, boom,
One more time.
boom, 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 boom,
Yo, I'm the guy, you better be in check. Yeah, I'm an ogre, my name is Shrek. Yeah, why is this girl blushing? Oh my gosh, yeah, Donkey's rushing. I'm coming, getting hurt. He's looking up my girl's skirt. Yeah, he's not the guy I'll call because Donkey's looking at my balls. Thanks.
I think that was rad.
Thanks.
You're great.
I don't know about that, but
You should be in a rap battle.
I disagree, but thank you.
No,
Yeah.
because there's definitely something firing off
Well, we have.
way quicker than would you have been able to do that fast?
No.
Yeah.
Hell no, me neither.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
That's dope.
Yeah, thanks. We have. So one of the games that we played is also Rap Duel, which
Okay.
is a rap battle.
Okay.
But we'll get 2 different characters. So like it would be Shrek versus. Give me like another non-fictional.
Farquaad.
Different world.
Different movie.
Yeah. It could be like we had Abraham Lincoln versus Winnie the Pooh. That was the show. And so I was Abe Lincoln, and then I'm like making fun of like Winnie the Pooh, and then Winnie the Pooh's making fun. Like it's like rap,
Okay.
a rap battle, but it's
Shrek and Mao Zedong. I am a dictator. I am not a hater.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, dictator from China. Okay. Joseph Stalin. Shrek and Stalin.
I don't know about him though. I know he's a dictator, masturbator.
He was in charge of Russia.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I suck with history. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay, I keep on going to historical figures because you said
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln.
Oh yeah, no.
I'll do fictional then.
Okay.
Let's do Battle of the DreamWorks.
Okay.
All right.
So we use Shrek. So give me another character.
What else is DreamWorks? Is Monsters Inc. DreamWorks?
No, that's
SpongeBob and
Pixar.
Scooby-Doo.
SpongeBob and Scooby Doo. I could do.
Okay, SpongeBob and Scooby-Doo.
So who do you want to be?
I'm gonna be one of them.
Do you want to participate in this?
Okay, I'll be Scooby.
Okay, so I'm making fun of Scooby-Doo. You're making fun of SpongeBob.
Oh, okay. So we're roasting each other.
That's how rap duels work.
Okay, cool.
Or rap battle. Sorry.
Okay.
But then we don't have a beat. That's a problem.
Let me see what I can do.
Ooh,
Give me
boom.
1 second.
I didn't know this was gonna be like a rap podcast. I'm so sorry.
I didn't expect to do a
At least
rap
this
battle.
will be fun. Fun in the comments. Tag whoever won the battle.
Scooby or SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, what kind of beat? I'm not gonna do good if I don't know the beat.
I'm getting a beat up.
Yeah.
Can it be the instrumentals only to Bodak Yellow?
Okay.
Do you know that song?
Is that the
Cardi B?
I know this. I'd have to hear it.
It's scary. Spooky.
Oh, it's really?
It's a little spooky. I think it's spooky. It's a little spooky. Or is that just me? There was a minute where a lot of trap songs sounded spooky.
Yeah.
Where they'd put that like
You have.
dun, 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 that.
Oh.
It's a little spooky.
If you wanted to.
Yeah.
So if I was to, you would rap like this, right? And then okay, I can kind of feel it. So again, you're Scooby-Doo and I'm SpongeBob. Okay, so how it works is we would do, to make it simple, we could do 2 rhymes, so like 4 lines each, and we just go back and forth.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Me first or you first?
Whatever you want.
You.
And me? Okay.
This
Yeah.
song goes so hard.
Okay. Yo, I'm the man with the plan. I'm gonna take you out inside of my mystery van. Yeah, this little doggy is whack. He's only getting high off Scooby snacks. Now you go for me.
All right, I'm getting back to the beat.
Yeah, sorry.
You little bitch, you're not even a fish, you're just a SpongeBob. I would fuck you up, I'd turn you into a blob.
Yo.
Boom. Another rhyme? You live in a stupid little fruit under the sea. You're nothing but a little puny sponge. Sponge.
Sponge.
Nothing but a puny little sponge.
Yo, I may be a sponge, but I'ma show you, yeah, to have some fun. Yeah, you just a little boy, you just a jerk, because every day I'm happy to show up to work. Yeah, you know I am going ham. Oh my gosh, yeah, but fuck, I messed that up.
Uh-oh, he fucked it up. He can't even rap. He's a little stupid sap. I don't even know what's whack.
Yo,
SpongeBob is whack. Whack. Whack, he's whack. He's not even cool, cause he's not even a fish. Like I said, he's just a little bitch.
yo. This dumbass dog, yeah, he's giving me this look. I'ma spit these fire bars cause I'm the fry cook. Yeah.
I think you win. I think you win, not fried cook.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah.
That was a good line.
Oh, thanks.
I kept on going back to that.
Yeah.
I kept on sounding like Cardi B. I kept on going back to Bodak Yellow.
It's all good. That's what happens.
That's actually really fun. I like that game.
Yeah, it's really fun, even just like mess around. Like we don't have to be good. You know what I mean?
Can we pick 2 gay characters so Connor can play 2?
I'm all good on that.
Neil Patrick Harris and Sodom from Sodom and Gomorrah.
I don't know who that is.
It's the Bible story that says gays are bad.
That makes sense. That makes
Well, I
sense.
mean, SpongeBob technically works, right? We're pretty sure
Him
he's
and
gay.
him and
Yeah.
totally together. Do you between your groups, is there one like you feel you shine the most in? Whether I mean in stand up too. Let's put that in the umbrella as well.
No, not really. I mean, I think I don't know. Because I hate the idea of like shining. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I don't necessarily like. I feel like sometimes I think I'm funny, but a lot of the times like you just get imposter syndrome. So like, yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know, like it's never been like, oh, I'm so good at this. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm here to have a good time and, you know, make people laugh. And that's it. But I've been fortunate to have good experiences in both fields. Like I remember last year was definitely more like stand-up focused, and like I kind of saw that increase. And then once I started improv, it kind of like teeter-tottered. Like it was more improv. So now I'm like trying to chase both, but it's hard because there's, like you said, there's not that many shows going on right now, so it's hard to do stand-up.
It's so hard lately. I'm kind of curious, is there anything that you could see yourself doing with your act? Kind of bringing both worlds together in unison to where like you're doing stand-up and improv? Like, is that something that could exist?
Yeah. I mean, besides like the stand-up versus improv show, I would say you could do...
I mean, like doing it yourself. Like if your performance, let's say one day you're at a show, 10 minutes. Like, do you think you would ever want to do a blend of both stand-up and improv together?
Yeah. I mean, you could. I mean, that's what crowd work technically is improv. Even though I suck at it. I am terrified because like I get this this strong thing of like, what if they're funnier than I am? You know what I mean? And everybody remembers the drunk guy in the crowd versus me, you know? So I need to, that's definitely something that I need to get better at, is like just being able to get, because what's odd is like in improv, I could go up on stage, have nothing prepared, and I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
But if I go to a stand-up show and I have nothing prepared, I'm like sweating bullets.
Yep. I'm the same exact way.
Yeah.
When I go to an improv show, I'm just kidding, no. But they do riff mics here.
Yeah.
And you know, that one, if I don't have any material prepared, I'm okay if I go and I'm like, you know.
I would love to do that.
I think it'd be so much fun. You should come out one day on a Tuesday. It's a 7-minute.
That's when I have improv practice, but I will try.
I mean, you could practice improv in a different way.
There you go.
Or if there's ever like a weird day off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a 7-minute set, and damn, it is hard.
Do you just get one word, or do you like
3 topics? And the topics are audience or comic suggested.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you pull from the bucket, I'm assuming? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I've always liked that idea.
It's a very fun concept.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they don't try doing anything like that at I know they do the heckle mic in Marietta, but which is cool. But that idea to riff, because you can't always depend on people not being shy.
We've pitched it. Like, we definitely want to do it. I think there's just like, with all the different themes, it was hard to like fit it in. So we'll see. But I 100% think that if we got that people would come because they want to see that.
Oh yeah, and especially like the crowd get excited when they can get
because
involved.
they're participating.
Yes.
And I think that's what makes improv shows so fun, is because you're like, you know, you say SpongeBob and then you're like, that's me, I did that. You know what I mean?
That was my topic. Yeah.
Yeah, like we had there was a show that we saw recently up in LA, and it's a show called Shamilton, where they do an entire hour improvised like Hamilton show based on your suggestion. And I said Stuart Little, and then the entire show was the Stuart Little Hamilton show. So
really?
Like, it was about, instead of Alexander Hamilton, it was Stuart Little, and like, you know, he has to fight for mouse rights and things like that.
Oh my god!
It was so funny. It was so good. But like
they kept it going the whole time.
Well, yeah, because they have to. That's the name of the show. And so I just remember like the entire time thinking, yeah, like I did that. Like,
what a neat concept too.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Because then everybody, because that's the cool thing about crowd work, right? Is when you're sitting there in the audience, you're like, this is only going to happen right now. I'm experiencing something unique.
Yeah.
I'm experiencing something special. And to be in a, like what you said, you suggested Stuart Little. Now that whole entire special thing is curated around your suggestion.
Yeah.
And the whole audience was there to hear that suggestion and then see it come to life.
Yeah.
Which is so cool. I don't know what I was doing.
Do a dance, it's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's just so amazing how they're able
you gotta
to
dance
do
it out. Yeah.
Vogue. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Would you want to do anything like that, like a long form performance?
100%. Yeah.
Cory, invite us.
It's so fun. Yeah, anytime. Please come on down to see
You do every Saturday?
Right now I'm doing almost every Friday, but we do more short form, like the Who's Line games.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get onto that stand-up show. So if that does happen, fingers crossed, you should definitely do the stand-up.
How do you audition?
I'll send you the connects. Yeah.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate
I can't say that on the airwaves.
Hey. Cory Coogan exclusive.
Yeah.
Damn, he's cool like that.
Yeah.
What's it called? It's in San Diego proper, like in the heart of it.
Liberty
or is it...
Station. Do you guys know where that is? Liberty Station.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, it's like the old military base. It's off the. Is it off the 8? I think 8 in Rosencrantz.
Well, plug your shows, dude.
Oh,
Come see me.
yeah.
Come see Cory.
Come see Cory. You can see me sometimes doing stand-up. I don't know about the dates yet, but we'll figure it out. Or usually every Friday night at 10 p.m. in San Diego. I know it's way past your
late,
bedtime.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, you said Friday night, so
Yeah.
I could push it if I take a nap.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, if you make Chantel laugh too hard.
Yeah. I'll bring some napkins, or some
to wipe my
towels.
tears.
Yeah.
Like, he's funnier than me.
But just follow me on Instagram, Cory Coogan Comedy. That's where you can find all my stuff.
Do you still plan on doing sketches in the future?
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah. I want to do everything. I want to just, because that's the other thing too. It's like, I hate being pigeonholed into one area.
Yeah.
I found that like creatively, like I love to just try all these different things and like find out, maybe there's something that I don't really like. You know what I mean? But I think all forms of comedy has been super interesting to me. So I would love to write something and work on it.
How fun, dude. I really like how you kind of view it all, and also the way that you kind of throw yourself into it.
Yeah.
Because now you're teaching improv.
Yeah.
You're doing improv. You're still doing stand-up. I look forward to seeing one of your shows.
I look forward to the day too. Connor, you're definitely welcome.
Yeah, I'll be there. If she's there, I'll be there.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'll make him, not make him come, but he'll come, and then we can have his sister come too, because she lives in San Diego.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Shout
It'll
out
be really
Kennedy.
fun.
Hi, Kennedy.
Hi, Kennedy.
Hi, Kennedy. Come to my show.
Yeah, that'd be like, because especially what we like to do and what we like to see, that environment, that just sounds, I don't know how to say it. Like, let's say I was tired.
Yeah.
And I had to wake up early on a Saturday. I think I'd be fine, because I'd be
It'd be
having a
fun
good
show.
time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the hit and miss with stand up, right? Because like what you're explaining, it kind of seems like the scenes change every what? How many minutes? Like 5 minutes?
Oh, improv? The scenes? Yeah, I mean, like, even in long form, scenes change randomly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, with short form games, like, they're meant to be played in, like, under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So we always say that saying, like, if you find this game boring, there's going to be, like, 10 other ones that are coming up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Versus like when you're at a stand-up show, and if someone up there
It's
is
just bombing for 5 minutes straight.
yeah,
You're like,
you have to sit there the whole time.
That's true.
You have to sit there. And then unfortunately, the way that kind of goes is almost a reflection on the way the whole show is going to go. Because
Yeah.
if they lose them, then it's like, how do you reel them back in?
Yeah. I'll to be fair though, there's definitely been times where like someone has bombed in the lineup and it completely destroyed like the vibe, and then someone brings it back. Like,
Did they make fun of the person that ruined everything? That's usually what my go-to is.
oh really?
Well, let me roast this person.
No, I feel like, not to toot my own horn, but there was one show that I did at the Comedy Store where it was like just kind of like floppy fish, but then there was just this one person in particular right before me that was like just killed the crowd. Like nobody was like laughing. It was all silent. Like my friends were texting me like, we want to go, like we want to get out of here. And then I'm like, hang on, I'm next. And then I like went up and I like completely changed the room. Like it was like people were laughing, they were having a good time, and then we had the headliner, so it was like a really cool experience. Yeah.
Damn, I totally I misinterpreted when you were like, he totally killed the audience. I was like, fuck yeah. I was
no.
I was like, he brought the room back for Cory from the floppy fish,
I killed the room.
Yeah. You're talking about homeboy like freaking like twisted the knife.
Yeah.
You know, which is crazy. Imagine.
You got to put it in my...
You want me to stab you?
Yeah.
He's a goner.
Melissa killed him.
Yeah. Top 10 anime deaths.
And then I kamikaze. No.
These are cool, by the way.
Thank you.
These.
Chantel got them for me. She's gotten me every sword. I think she's trying to make sure she locks me in as a dork.
Yeah.
You know?
So you can't go anywhere?
Yeah. And also, people will think like, oh, she's a dork.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. That's what her goals are.
Oh, yeah?
I know I'm a dork.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm well aware.
So do you like try to hide it? Hide your dorkiness?
I'm like, no, I don't think I'm an undercover dork.
Yeah.
I think you could tell. I got a Zelda sticker on my truck.
Yeah.
I wear toe shoes.
But you're blaming Chantel like she's the one that puts the sticker.
No, I'm blaming her for the swords.
Oh, okay.
I personally would.
So the sticker, you're not a dork, but the swords, everybody.
The swords are a little fun.
Yeah.
They're fun. Look. Oh no.
Oh, you're ruining.
I killed him. That's cool. It's fine. Pick him up later.
Is that supposed to be you?
Yeah, that's me.
That's crazy.
It's me and Tuna.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. It's Chantel got it for me for my birthday one year.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's super cute. And then this is Pluto.
Very, very dorky.
It's also from The Office. One of the main characters and his love interest gets him a bobblehead. And so Chantel, knowing it was my favorite show, got me a bobblehead.
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Cory?
Couples goals.
Aw, you don't mean that because you don't want to be a woman.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Why would I ever?
I was joking.
Yeah.
All right, Cory. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on Medium Podcast and telling us about your way of expression.
Yeah.
And letting us have a little taste of it too. I had fun beastie rapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, and let me know for the show that you come to. I will be sure that we play Beastie Rap on stage, so
Okay.
you can like join in.
How many
All right,
people
sounds
are
good.
usually playing?
Usually around 6. So, but we have 2 teams, so it goes back and forth. So it's
Okay.
like one person's like the head person, and then there's like 2 backup.
Yeah.
And then they keep going until somebody messes up, and then we rotate, and it's like
Oh, okay,
elimination
okay.
game type of thing.
Is it the same word the whole time, or do you guys change the words?
It's the
between
same
it?
word until someone messes up, and then we get a different word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I'm sitting there, I'm like, frick, 6 people? You'd run out of rhymes so fast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking of the, have you ever played King's Cup?
I have.
You know the rhyme one where you just say
Yes.
the words?
Yeah.
And there's always someone that runs out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's always fun.
Hell yeah, Cory. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to let us know who won the rap battle, Scooby-Doo
Yeah.
or SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.